7 minutes. That's all it takes. 7 minutes to change your brain, your body, your life. I want to talk to you today about something so simple, yet so powerful that it transformed not just my life, but thousands of others worldwide. This isn't complicated science. This isn't some complex system. This is about what happens when you take just 7 minutes each morning to program your brain for success instead of letting the world program it for you. Most people wake up, check their phone, think about all their problems, and instantly put their brain into a stress response before their feet even hit the floor. They've programmed their day for stress before it even begins. But what if there was another way? What if you could use those first precious moments when your brain is most receptive to set a completely different trajectory? I discovered this by accident. After my injury, when doctors told me I might never walk again, I was faced with a choice: accept their reality or create my own. I chose to create my own. Every morning, before the analytical mind kicked in, before the world could tell me what was and wasn't possible, I took those quiet moments to mentally rehearse my healing. 7 minutes of focused intention. 7 minutes of becoming something new. And you know what happened? My spine began to heal in ways medical science couldn't explain. But I could explain it. When you change your thoughts, you change your life. It's not just positive thinking. It's neurobiological programming. Let me tell you about Lisa. Lisa was 42, chronically depressed, overweight, stuck in a job she hated, and taking 5 medications just to get through the day. Like many of you, she was living in survival mode. Wake up, react to life, go to sleep, repeat. Her past was literally creating her future because she was thinking the same thoughts, performing the same actions, and creating the same emotions day after day. Then she heard about this 7-minute morning practice. She thought, what do I have to lose? She committed to it completely. No excuses, no days off. 7 minutes first thing every morning, before checking emails, before family demands, before the world could hijack her attention. 6 months later, 3 medications gone, 27 pounds lighter, new job, and most importantly, joy had returned to her life. Not because her external world magically changed overnight, but because she changed her internal world first, and her external reality had no choice but to follow. This is where most people get it wrong. They want to change their lives, but they're waiting for something outside themselves to change first. They're waiting for the perfect relationship, the perfect job, the perfect body. Then they'll be happy. But that's backward. Your external world is a reflection of your internal state. Let's talk science for a moment. Your brain doesn't know the difference between what's happening in your outer world and what's happening in your inner world. Your thoughts produce the same chemicals in your brain, whether you're experiencing something or just thinking about experiencing it. This is crucial to understand. Every morning when you wake up, your brain is in a theta brainwave state, that drowsy hypnotic state where you're more suggestible. Most people waste this opportunity. They immediately start thinking about their problems, their to-do lists, their stresses, and boom, they've programmed their brain for more of the same. But what if instead you use those 7 minutes to mentally rehearse the person you want to be, to feel the feelings of already having what you want, to program new neurological networks? Your brain is made up of neurons, nerve cells that communicate with each other through connections called synapses. When you think a thought, neurons fire together in a specific sequence. When you think that same thought again, those same neurons fire together again, strengthening their connection. This is the neuroscience principle. Neurons that fire together, wire together. Most people's brains are wired from years of living in stress, worry, and habitual patterns. Their neural networks are like superhighways of thought that automatically take them down the same mental roads every day. That's why change feels so hard. You're literally fighting against the physical structure of your brain. But here's the good news. Neuroplasticity means your brain can change. It can form new connections. It can rewire itself. And the most effective time to do this rewiring is first thing in the morning, in those drowsy 7 minutes before your analytical mind kicks in and tells you all the reasons why change is impossible. In those 7 minutes, you're literally changing your brain's physical structure. You're weakening the neural connections of your old self and strengthening the connections of your new self. Do this enough times and those new pathways become the brain's default route. That's when change becomes effortless. That's when you become someone new. Your brain works like this. Whatever you repeatedly think about and focus on, it assumes is important to you. And it will look for evidence of whatever you're focused on. Focus on problems, your brain will find more problems. Focus on possibilities, your brain will find more possibilities. This isn't spiritual mumbo jumbo. This is how your attention and your reticular activating system work. Your brain has a filtering system that determines what information from your environment reaches your conscious awareness. There are millions of bits of sensory information coming at you every second, but you're only aware of a tiny fraction. What determines which information gets through? Whatever you've trained your brain to value and notice. That's why intention matters so much. What you put your attention on grows. What you take your attention from withers. 7 minutes of focused intention each morning literally tells your brain what to look for, what to notice, and what to create more of in your life. Now, let me explain exactly what this 7-minute morning ritual looks like. First, find a quiet place where you won't be disturbed. This isn't negotiable. Turn off your phone. This is your time. Second, sit upright with your spine straight but comfortable. This posture sends a signal to your brain that this is important. You're not just lounging or sleeping. Third, close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths. Breathe in through your nose for a count of 5, hold for a count of 2, and exhale through your mouth for a count of 7. This activates your parasympathetic nervous system, taking you out of fight or flight mode. Fourth, place your awareness in your heart. Not metaphorically, literally feel the space in the center of your chest. This shifts your consciousness from your head to your heart, from thinking to feeling. Fifth, generate a genuine feeling of gratitude, not just thinking about what you're grateful for, but actually feeling gratitude in your body. Gratitude is one of the highest emotional states you can be in. It opens your heart and synchronizes your brain and heart coherence. Sixth, clearly visualize what you want to create. See it as if it's happening now. Add details, make it vivid. Most importantly, feel how you would feel if this were already your reality. Your brain doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's vividly imagined with emotion. Seventh, surrender this vision to a higher power. Call it the quantum field, the universe, God, whatever works for you. Release the how and trust that when you change your energy, you change your life. That's it. 7 minutes. But these 7 minutes are different from any other minutes in your day because they're setting the energetic template for everything that follows. Now, this sounds simple, and it is, but that doesn't mean it's easy. You'll face resistance. Your old self will fight to survive. The moment you decide to become someone new, everything that's inconsistent with that new self will come up to be acknowledged and released. You might sit down for your 7 minutes and suddenly remember 20 urgent things you need to do. That's resistance. You might feel bored, restless, or skeptical. That's resistance. You might fall asleep or find your mind wandering to your to-do list. That's resistance. This resistance is normal, expected. It's your brain's homeostatic mechanism trying to keep you the same. Your brain likes efficiency, and your current patterns, even if they're making you miserable, are efficient because they're familiar. Your brain isn't designed for happiness. It's designed for survival. And to your brain, familiar equals safe. So how do you overcome this resistance? Awareness and persistence. Notice the resistance without judgment and gently bring your focus back to your practice. Do this enough times and the resistance weakens while your intention strengthens. Some people tell me, but Joe, I don't have time for this. And I ask them, do you have time to keep living the same life, creating the same problems, experiencing the same limitations? 7 minutes is less than 0.5% of your day. If you can't commit 0.5% of your day to changing the other 99.5%, then you don't want change badly enough. Others say, I tried it for a few days and nothing happened. Of course nothing happened. Your current life is the result of thousands of days of thinking a certain way. Did you really expect that to change after 3 mornings? This is where consistency becomes crucial. The power of this practice isn't in doing it once. It's in doing it repeatedly until it becomes who you are, not just something you do. Think about learning any new skill. The first time you tried to ride a bike, you probably fell. The first time you tried to play an instrument, you probably sounded terrible. But with practice, what once required total concentration eventually became automatic. Your morning practice works the same way. At first, staying focused for 7 minutes might feel like an eternity.